Oh, here it is. It's been an embarrassingly long gestation. What my books finally been published. I started writing it over 20 years ago when I was involved in the quarry. The structure of the book has changed so many times over the years as I struggled with juggling facts and fiction, as well as my mother, whose dementia was growing worse. I deferred the master's degree and put the manuscript in the drawer, occasionally pulling it out and rewriting it. And over the years, I nearly, very nearly pressed the delete key on the whole project several times. And I was only prevented from doing this by my fantastic writing group, mostly here today, the Waratahs, grateful the Waratahs. They insisted it had to see the light of day. Now, I chose to go down, I thought about sending it on to publish, I did send it on to a few last year, but I looked it up, most of it didn't want artwork. And the artwork in the book is really an integral part. I used the problematic transitions. So my husband said to me, right, COVID came along, he had time on his hands, and he said, I'll format it for you, we'll do it, I can do it. I said, oh, okay, yes, I'm sure, yes. Anyway, so we set to work, and he's really good at formatting, and I'm really bad at computing. Anyway, the story, now, it's my mother's story. It's loosely based on my mother's real story. It's set in Berlin, Rome, Brussels, London, and Sydney. And it's mainly written as a fictionalized memoir about her incredible life. Born in 1913, she grows up with a Jewish father and a Lutheran mother in a wealthy, middle-class, somewhat dysfunctional family in Berlin. Ursula is passionate about art, and she studies at Eton Church, which is part of the Bauhaus. She also works, because she's quite good looking, and this is one of her fashion photographs from a magazine. We don't quite know which one. I thought it was Vogue, only to discover Vogue. The German Vogue wasn't published then. She works as a fashion model, and she also works as an interpreter at the 1936 Olympic Games. She swears that she's pure Aryan, which is not true. She travels first to Rome and works as a nanny, but that doesn't work out too well, and she loses her job. She's determined, and always has been, because she had an English tutor, to get to London. And so she answers all the advertisements she finds just any old pub in the London Times. And she's surprised, and everybody else says she's offered a job with a circus. And so she accepts the job and travels to Folkestone, and she finds herself sharing with a snake charmer. But she's quite good at English, perfect English, but she's not used to Cockney accents or anything, so she has to get got through customs, and she muddles up the words stuff and staff. She thinks she has to get the staff through customs. No, she has to get the props through customs. That's a whole another story. Anyway, she mixes with the Emigre Society in London, and they're very well off. But meanwhile, she's staying in her cousin's freezing flat in Redford Gardens, and sort of lives on cold crumpets, or occasionally eating at the Savoy. So anyway, the first Englishman she's introduced to, because her visa is about to run out, she doesn't have a job, so she doesn't have a work visa, she meets this tall Englishman, and she jokingly proposes to him. It's quite smitten. Anyway, after a brief romance, they're married. But she's determined that her family is still stuck in Brussels, and she was getting closer, and she's terrified for them. So she determines to go she knocks on his door and says that there's a Jewish MP, I'm sorry, I should explain that, who is responsible for Jewish migration into Britain, and she doesn't bother with his official office. She goes straight to his home, looks up his number in the phone book, and she goes to see him, and anyway, things work out. He's also quite taken with her, but unfortunately this leads to problems with the marriage because her husband is a bit suspicious, and so everything is sort of going pear-shaped. Meanwhile, she's also getting visits from a chap from the Home Office, and is checking that the marriage is genuine. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it here. There's a lot more in the book about her. And anyway, when I finished it, I sent it to a few friends. I really wasn't very happy with it. And anyway, they were very, very enthusiastic, including my supervisor, Vivien Wilson, and said she was enthralled, and to somebody else, who said it to somebody else. Anyway, I thought, okay, right. And so here's the book. I self-published it with a fantastic printer, so it's on sale here today. If you haven't got any money with you, get all the forms that you can send me back through direct deposit. So thank you very much.